Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to the MLG Play-In Tournament broadcast. I'm Golden Boy, joined by Maze's Realm, and just to let you guys know, so, you know, our guys in the back, they don't live in New York City like I do. I live in Brooklyn, so it's just a train ride away from me. But for some of our guys, they live a little bit farther away, and the trains will stop running. So to be a courtesy for our awesome staff in the back there, we want to make sure that they're able to get home safely and fine. So this is going to be the last matchup of the broadcast, and I will tweet out where the individual players will be streaming their matches. So I just want to give you guys a heads up so that you're not mad at me or Ron or anything like that. Just want to let you guys know. In any case, Maze, sorry about that.
No, it's fine.
Domination Sovereign we have, and gotta ask you, I mean, aoX, let's see. I want to go ahead and find some stats here, see if aoX actually pulled through on this one in the last time. They actually ended up losing this to Rise by 6 points the last time they played this.
It kept it close, but Rise just edged them, like you said. Not very many points. And right now, aoX, though, they found themselves down in this series. This could potentially be the last map if Vanquish could start fast and relentless here. So let's see if
Flawless. Last man left alive, though, Maze. This isn't a good start here for Vanquish.
Yeah, already a very slow start for Vanquish, something I didn't expect, but Croaster is a big part of the fact why they're doing so well right now. Bravo and Charlie are right under their contention already.
Ooh, Flawless is going to take a knife to the chest, though. Heist, on the other hand, he's going to be fighting for B. Halfway there, a little bit more than that, and he gets finally cleaned up. B is going to be neutral, and that's going to leave a couple of the guys from Vanquish have to fight through this one. Flawless, on the other hand, he's going to be 2-1. And trying to see if he can find a player there right by B. Not going to happen, though. Vanquish, they're going to be playing on the back foot. He gets taken out. John by himself, 4 down yet again as we shift gears over to Mud Dog. And I got to say, the way that aoX has played this one, they came out strong. You got to give them credit. This is a great performance in the first side.
Yes, it is, and now they just gotta hold it because of the fact that they had a similar performance against Rise.
That's right. That's right.
Fall apart near that end of that match, and that's
even a similar performance against you know, VQ as well.
You're right.
Right? I mean, they went up 28 points on Dom Freight, ended up giving 41 back. Like, you know, aoX, they're a team that, you know, and I've seen this with a lot of squads before. They start off strong. It's like the Jets back in the day. The Jets used to be incredible at the start of the game. First and second quarter, they will give it to you. You would have no idea what's going on, but they couldn't close it out in that last quarter of play. And that's something that I've seen happen to a lot of teams in the past.
That is exactly right. And right now, aoX, though, they're actually hanging on here. They're hanging on. They've got these splits, but right now, their home flag is already gone and neutralized, and Charlie is now getting contested as well. And this is where it starts to be a little bit troublesome if you're aoX. And now it's just Vanquish that has woken up, and the story happens.
Look at that. They managed to neutralize B. And although VQ, you know, or I should say aoX is going to get this back, I mean, Mace, the damage has been done. Yeah, 4 down now for aoX. This is not good. Mud Dog up on the respawn now, and they're winning these key gunfights. They're forcing aoX to have to drop all the way back to get a flag, which they are going to get their home flag. Yeah. But, man, the pressure that they've managed to put on them, that's going to make them play, I would have to say, rather aggressive here, and in turn will lead them into the bullets of Flawless and John, most importantly, as they try and anticipate those pushes.
Yeah, and you know what? To be honest with you, that one Charlie flag being picked up actually benefited Vanquish quite a bit because they were already set up and ready for that, and then they just ran right into their sights, and that's why it's being a very, very interesting game here, to say the least. 43-50 is the score with just under 2 minutes to play, and Flawless gets that wall bang right there. Very good plays by Vanquish overall.
Well, if you're aoX now, what you want to do is get into B, right? And then you want to make sure that you're forcing them on that left side there, that snake on the other side. If you're able, well, I call it the snake. I don't know if the other kids call it, but the cool kids call it. But, you know, on the left side there, but aoX ends up losing 4 players. And Mud Dog off the respawn, he's going to find when he gets picked off. And as we were talking about it before, aoX had this commanding 20-point lead. Now it's been withered down to a 6-point lead, Maze.
That is just a telling story for Vanquish and unfortunate for aoX. What can I say? But right now, it's still aoX that has that lead, and they're trying to hang on for dear life here. As now it's very, very narrow. 4 points to be exact with a minute left here. And now Vanquish is getting turned up a little bit as they will lose that Bravo flag and now have to get it back.
Yep, and looking now, Doubt, he's going to find one. That's going to be shots through there. Nice one for him, taking out John. And another player by B, they get the assist. He gets the assist, I should say, as Mud Dog cleans up the kill on Heist. And they got to just get in there, get a home flag so they can continue to maintain control of this. That's not going to be the case. And I got to give it to VQ, man. I mean, most importantly, Flawless, 16-8. John, 13-10. They're just such a strong showing out of them to be able to bring this team right back into it. aoX having to play on the back foot for the second half of this game, which is something I did not expect.
I did not expect that at all. And now another triple cap brought to you in part by VQ. And then Flawless just putting in a lot of work on this one here. And that is incredible. It's happened so many times tonight. You would think that aoX would know exactly what to do, but unfortunately they find themselves down by 6 there.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's no real way to and it was 80-76 if I'm correct, so that's 4 points,
that is correct.
Right?
Yes.
There's no real way to answer back. It's like, just win your gun battles, right? Just win your gun battles and get in their face. But I got to give Flawless all the credit in the world. 17-9 with an AR, when everyone says run 4 subs, this is going to be the way that you win these games. And honestly, it just worked out very well for Vanquish. Now going into the second half, they're going to be up by 4. But remember though, that could go away in a heartbeat. So
it can.
It's just going to turn regardless. I mean, it's going to be a crazy game. You're playing a whole new set again, like we said before in the previous matchups. When it's this close, you're just playing a whole new set of domination.
It really, but here's one thing too that you have to keep in mind. It's also a mental game here for aoX. Knowing that they had a significant lead dwindle down, and then that they gave the lead over to Vanquish right at the closing moments of that first half. That is going to play a mental game on you in the second half, whether you want to or not. But, you know, knowing aoX, they're pros. They know how to shake it off and start fresh, and that's what they need to do. They have to have short-term memory, and that's what's really going to be the telling factor here.
Yeah, that's right. I'm looking for big plays out of Sin and Mud Dog, because Mud Dog's actually been rolling around with that M27, if I'm correct, and it hasn't really been helping out all that much. He's actually opting to switch over to an AR now. You have Sin rocking an MTAR, Vector for Doubt, and an MTAR for Croaster. You have John rocking a Vector, Heist running an AR, Flawless running an AR, and Spacely running an MTAR. Interesting. So 2 ARs for Vanquish to kick this off.
That is very unique, and you know they're going to take both of those power positions on the left-hand side. One probably on Yellow Cat, or Blue Cat, actually, because that's where they're starting. And then, you know, and see if they can actually play from top control, too. That's probably what you're going to see from them. But let's see how they play it out. But right now, I'm going to go on board with the boys from aoX right here, so show them some love.
Yeah, looking at Mud Dog, seeing what he's going to do. It seems like they managed to get eyes right inside of B. And also, another thing I want to point out, that grip there from Mud Dog, I agree with that setup for this map, just because you want the stability at long range. But, man, I mean, you talk about it. Flawless, though, winning that long-range gun battle with that AR, that's going to leave Croaster to have to fight back. And they do manage to get control of B any second now. Yes, they do. And aoX coming out strong. But we saw this happen before. Same thing happened at the start of the last game.
Yeah, we did. But now all they have to do, it's not how you start, it's how you finish right now. And aoX knows that. And they're only working with a 4-point differential. So that's the good news for them. The bad news is, though, that it's Flawless that's on a streak again for Vanquish, and he's 3-1 for his team.
Yeah, bear in mind, too, I mean, it's 13-10. So they ended up losing one of their home flags, but it's a 1-point game here, right? So, again, it's just anyone's ball game. Doubt, though, on your screen, finding one. He's going to have to defend this one. He has a player actually coming from behind. He will have a teammate for support. Doubt's going to manage to stay alive, and he gets the kill. Huge win out of him. But let's see how his teammate Croaster is going to react on B, because he knows that he needed to get that. But again, he was by himself, so there wasn't all that much pressure put on him in that particular play. Of course, Mud Dog continuing to have solid plays with that AR, but he's not winning those close range gun battles to win his home flag. And I gotta say, man, aoX, they just gotta go after the home flag for VQ, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, that's exactly what they had to do. They're just not winning the gunfights on Bravo, and you have to get the map control back at some point, and that's what they did. And Alpha has now been neutralized, but hasn't quite been picked up yet. So that is gonna now be picked up once again.
And a trip cap for VQ here is aoX is going to have to deal with quite a bit. They have 2 players spawning out. This is going to be an opportunity for Muddog to be able to get A, and they need to get C. So if they can stop this trip cap right away, huge stop there for Muddog, shifting gears over on the other side, but not going to matter all that much. You have Sin actually hanging out by B. He's going to neutral that one. Back over to Muddog again, as he is just going to hope that hopefully that nade lands on B and gets a kill, but it's not going to really be much of a case there. And, you know, you have that trip cap already, Maze. That's dangerous, 42-26 right now.
It was very dangerous, and unfortunately for aoX, nothing went right for them just then. Nothing went right. They couldn't capture Charlie. Bravo was contested, and they lost that gunfight, and now they find themselves being 2-capped here with that Bravo-Charlie split by Vanquish. Right now, Sin will get taken down there, as now I think the main thing we have to keep in mind now is that they're going to have to attack that Bravo flag with 2 players at the most.
They got it. They got to win this. They have. This is it right here. I mean, for them, they're down about, what is it, 32-53 right now. So, I mean, with that said, you know, the pressure is on for them. It's going to be very, very tough. I just don't know if they're going to be able to do this. I mean, you're talking about 20-plus lead for Vanquish, and then on top of which, you have that 4-point lead already established for them. They have a minute to work with here, but they keep on getting trip cap. And I'm jumping over to Vanquish now because they're looking really good. There's going to be 1 player left alive, though, and now it seems like they are going to be able to get B right back. But, or excuse me, aoX will be able to get B right back. But then he got 3 down for aoX again, and you have Sin pulling 3 and 14. This is not something that we would have expected to see out of Sin, especially when they know that this is it. This is the time to show up here in this matchup. And Flawless with the vaulting kill there on Sin. Nothing is working out for him.
Nothing is working out. It just makes no sense how that can happen, and that's just Call of Duty timing and Call of Duty luck sometimes. But Flawless really coming up huge for his team. There's no other word for it than that.
Well,
I mean,
the thing about that vault,
6.
right? I just want to point this out. The thing about that vault, when you vault over the ledge, your gun becomes accurate on the hip fire, because Infinity Ward wanted to give players the option to continue to maintain their speed, and if they end up seeing a player, they want to be able to vault over and get a kill. So it's interesting to see that actually come into effect there. He would have won that gun battle against an SMG, despite the fact that he was using an AR close range. You saw that crosshair shrink. But in any case, enough about Call of Duty, you know, I guess 101 or science for you all back at home. Seems like as time begins to tick down, that is pretty much going to do it, as aoX will be eliminated here from the game. They ended up ending it early, 90-56, and VQ will move on to the next round.
VQ will move on in commanding fashion, 3-1, only dropping that 1 SND, but got it done, and that's what they needed to do. But I feel sorry for aoX there. Nothing worked for them, and that's just how it goes sometimes.
I mean, that's how the cookie crumbles. You know what I mean? But like I said before, that's going to do it. Maze, thank you so much for sticking with us here.
Absolutely.
It's been a long day and an absolute pleasure to cast with you. Guys, make sure you follow Maze on Twitter at Maze's Realm. You can see it. It's like right over there, right under his name. So you can actually go ahead and follow him. A great caster, great up-and-coming caster, and all the best to you. As well as check you out on PA organization of Rival Caster, correct? I mean, you do a lot of work with them?
I do a lot of work with them, for sure. And I'm primarily on Perfect Alliance now, or PA organization. So that's where you'll be able to see me and interact with me as well. So
nice stuff, man. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Now, guys, the stream is ending here, but the individual players should be broadcasting their matches. I'll be sure to tweet you guys the individual player streams so you guys can check that out. Congratulations again to Vanquish. They're going to move on to face off against Erupt. The winner of that will get their opportunity to play in the MLG Season 2, or COD League Season 2, with some of the greatest teams in competitive Call of Duty. And they'll be joining Vex in there as well. Congratulations to them winning that first ticket to make their way into the COD League. For Maze and for the production crew in the back, and for myself, I'm Golden Boy. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's been an absolute pleasure. Take care. And as always, keep on winning. Peace.